Yes, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. We're going to talk about some Liverpool news and rumours going around at the moment, as you see in the title there. Apparent bid that Liverpool had for Kylian Mbappe all the way back in 2022. Obviously, we're going to be talking about Harvey Elliott broke his foot. He's going to be out for 6 to 7 weeks. Also, transfer rumours that have been going around this summer as well, that Liverpool are looking at likes of 𝗔𝗚𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗗 and Rodrigo. Jonathan Tah as a free transfer could be coming to Liverpool as well in the summer. So loads to talk about, and obviously I've got my man K-Mac to join me as well. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Banging music.
Yeah, that was. I even put the wrong intro on. I don't like. I forgot. I had that, mate. Then I forgot I had it. But yeah, I do like the tune. Guys, don't forget get your comments in, hit the likes, hit the subscribe, hit the share button, all that good stuff as well. Don't forget to subscribe to K-Mac's channel as well. But K-Mac, how you doing, though, man? Before we get started, how are you?
I'm good. And what was interesting is we've gone to a new manager for England, and I still fell asleep watching the game.
Yeah, it's difficult, man.
I did doze off.
Yeah, international football is just so boring. I don't think it matters who's bloody manager. It's just international football, man. It's just not.
I'm saying that though, I watched the Colombia one, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so. I like South American football a bit.
It's a bit crazy.
Yeah,
the player got stretched off. The player got stretched off, and he didn't even get kicked.
There's more edge and spice to it as well, ain't there? There's more edge and spice.
A lot of spice to it, yeah.
So, before we start on all the news that we spoke about, let's get some breaking news. So, some breaking news apparently. So, Pumas MX winger 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏, who was recently linked with a move to Liverpool in the summer, has confirmed publicly that he was indeed on his way to Liverpool, but a move fell through at the last minute. He says, I had my suitcase ready and I dropped it. I knew that sooner or later, if I keep doing the right things, I'll get my opportunity again. The president of Pumas has also confirmed that the deal was in place, but reports claim that Liverpool wanted to loan him out immediately for 1 year to Sunderland, who were later turned down the move due to loan terms. So, what do you think about that one, matey?
It got vetoed. It got vetoed by the club owner. Are you live, by the way? Because there's no one in the chat.
Yeah, I know. It says there's 56 people, but 61 people now. But yeah,
okay.
No one.
Okay.
No one seems to be. Yeah, it's definitely
maybe
live.
StreamYard. Maybe it'll kick
in.
Let
me go on YouTube. So, but go on, man.
Yeah, just want to double check. Otherwise, we can just talk to ourselves, right?
Yeah, definitely live. Definitely live. Definitely
there
live.
You go. He looks like a good player, by the way. I mean, he scored for Mexico in their last game, I think, or the game before last. So he's a Mexican international. He's had a good season. It looked like a good move, to be honest. Like, you know, we get him over and we loan him out to a championship team, and he kicks on there. But apparently there was issues with the loan. Like maybe they wanted a buy on or something. I genuinely don't know. Like,
no, it don't say anything. It just says the loan broke down. So
yeah, but he had his bags packed. That's how close he was.
Yeah, it's apparently all done. So
because I packed my bags the night before. So
yeah, I mean,
power pack.
Let's have a look at his. I mean, I think the transfer fee was only like 5 million as well.
It wasn't a lot at all.
No, it weren't a load. Let me just have a look. Because I don't know much about him. I think actually, someone in the chat earlier.
I think Russell knows a lot about him. Who's in
Russell
the chat.
Russell was speaking about him earlier. Guys, if you're in the chat, just let me know by dropping a thumbs up or a hi in the chat, because yeah, YouTube are telling me there's a lot of people here, and people are actually hitting the like button as well, but no one's in the comments. So just let us know, because it does throw you off a little bit. I don't know if YouTube is down or anything as well. That can always be the case. But yeah, I'm just looking at his stats. Let me get his last season stats up here.
I think he got like
24 season.
7 goals or 9 goals or something.
I've never really he played.
I've never heard of him either.
played 41 games, got 12 goals and 9 assists. He plays. Majority of his games came at left wing. So another left winger.
We don't need any more.
It's another left winger, but Liverpool were in for him, and the reports are coming out saying that we're in for him. Oh, big up, guys. Yeah, if everyone's in the chat, just make themselves known because the chat is either lagging or not working properly. We've got 75 people here, so big up to everyone here. Let's get yourselves in the comments, man, just so we know, because YouTube and that can YouTube moving mad. I think it might be just to do. I think it might just be due to YouTube right now. I think it's YouTube right now.
I think it is.
Everyone's rolling in now, so big up. Oh. It just throws us off. It throws people off because you got like
James thought he was blocked.
So people have been chatting. There you go. So it's definitely YouTube. There you go. So
that's going to go crazy now, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Big up the chat. So he's a left winger. I don't know how old he is. Hang on. He's 23, so he's not like a kid. He's 23. No. Liverpool were looking to bring him in the summer and loan him out to Sunderland for a year, and then arguably get him it come to Liverpool the summer after, where he's going to be 24, 25 as a left winger.
Yeah.
What do you think the plan was? Because obviously we've gone and got Chiesa, so they definitely wanted a winger. I think we could definitely say they wanted a winger. So they went and got Chiesa after. What?
You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Go on, man. Go on, man.
You've loaded this one, haven't you?
Loaded the gun. Loaded it.
You've loaded it. I think potentially it could have been a Diaz replacement if he decides.
And it never went through.
Yeah, if he decides to go, or just maybe the loan could have only been 6 months. And that's why they turned it down, just in case Diaz went in January, or he went and we maybe left caught a bit short, and then we might have had to call him back or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the loan options were for Sunderland, because it's all very vague. But if the guys come out and said he was going to Liverpool, then he was going to Liverpool.
Yeah,
that's quite a far-fetched thing to say. That's like me saying, "Oh yeah, I someone was about to sign me for Liverpool from some random club in Mexico." Like, they'd be like, "Shut up, mate."
So hopefully comes again. He says sometimes it is a train that only comes by once, but hopefully I'll work hard so it happens again. They're basically desperate for this move.
I don't blame him. I mean, do you blame him? Bloody hell! When have we signed a Mexican?
It's a move that he wants.
Signed a Mexican, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, the forward, wasn't it? The striker.
Yeah, he signed a Mexican before, so.
So obviously we wanted another winger. Look, the deal fell through because of the loan agreement. It weren't on that Liverpool didn't want him.
No,
it's just that the loan agreements weren't to everyone's liking, and so it never went through. And then obviously with Chiesa in the building. So obviously Liverpool might have been thinking that Diaz will eventually leave the football club even this summer. I think Liverpool are looking. I think Liverpool might be looking personally to move more people on in the next 12 months. That we would be. Now maybe Gakpo's been looked to be moved on. Maybe Diaz is being looked to move on. Who knows? But he's definitely bringing wingers in. Someone says the club confirmed this. So Pumas, his actual club confirmed it, and 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗘𝗘 has confirmed it as well. He had an interview, and this is the quotes from his interview. I don't think our club are going to confirm it because he's not actually come to Liverpool. So I don't think our club is actually going to confirm it itself. But yeah, it's come from Pumas' actual parent club, and him and himself.
You can ask Slot all you like, but he's not going to answer.
Yeah, exactly. Big up, Tony. I saw it in a channel. There's a 2-year deal for Mo on the table. Has anyone heard anything? The only thing I've heard is that I feel like I believe Liverpool are preparing a 2-year deal for him, but I've not heard anything more than that. But I've heard That's the only thing I've heard. I think they're preparing a 2-year deal. I'd be shocked if Mo gets any more than that. And I think that's what Mo wants as well. So it's 2 years on top of what he's got, which takes him to 2027. So, yeah, that's all I've heard. Nothing's been put on the table yet, though. Nothing's been put on the table. We got Eli says Hurt's a good player, but missing out on Doku hurts more. Yeah, Liverpool were in for Doku. Liverpool were in for Doku when we was proper. He was proper young, though, weren't he? When he like 17 at the time, when we still had Mane.
Yeah, the interview. Do you hear what Mane said to him? Yeah, mate, I wouldn't bother. You're not going to get in ahead of me.
Yeah, it's because we're looking at Doku when he was like 17, weren't we?
Yeah,
but
I love Mane. He's just nasty, isn't he?
Yeah, nasty
don't
player
bother,
as well.
mate. Don't bother. You play in my position. Don't bother.
Russell says they'll go to Porto and then get a big move for 60 million.
We might go back and get him in Jan. Like, seriously. There might be a few players we might go back in Jan and get, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, I think there's a certain Spanish midfielder.
One of them's got a letter. One of them's got a letter in his name that's the end of the alphabet.
Yeah, I literally think there's a certain small little Spanish midfielder living in the mountains that Liverpool go back for in January. I agree, man. I think we do. I think we do. Yeah, big up to everyone in chat, over 100 in here now. Let me know if your comment is being seen, because I think something was down with YouTube chats a minute ago, and we only had like 4 people in the chat, although there's over 70 people in the chat at the same time. So I know a lot of people thought they got banned. I haven't done nothing. I'm just going to let everyone know right now, not done nothing. I think it's just a YouTube chat problem. So yeah, spam them thumbs up in the chats, guys, if you need to be seen, because I don't know what was going on with that. Right, let's get to the business point of it while we're all here. I don't know if it's a bullshit article. We don't know if it's a bullshit article. We'll never know if it's a bullshit article. But it's Le Quique, is it? The French national
it's a big one.
Newspaper out there that carries everything PSG. They have come out and said yesterday, this is what they come out and said last night. In 2022, Liverpool made a staggering £168 million bid for Kylian Mbappe, with the player having already agreed personal terms with Liverpool, but with the condition of having an option to eventually leave Madrid at some point in the future. Also goes on to say, but PSG sporting director at the time replied to Liverpool's offer by saying they need to double that in an effort to cut any type of negotiations down. That eventually stopped any potential deal for the French forward moving to Anfield. I don't know how much of this to believe, 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏. I have no idea.
Well, let me break it down to you. Okay.
Yeah, we will.
So when we went for this deal, it was 168.5 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
His actual contract with signing on bonuses, which he's done with Madrid now, is 85 million. Okay. In total, it would have been about 350 million, with money and wages and, the whole shebang, 350 million. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is why we backed away, obviously. But the 168 million, let me break it down to you. In that time, we signed Nunez and Gakpo. Okay. That's Nunez and Gakpo. Yeah. That is a total, if you put them all together, I know we didn't spend 85 million on Nunez, but it is an 85 million pound signing eventually, and a 34 million pound signing. You're near the 130 million mark. Like, you're near the 130 million mark anyway. So for people to say it's not believable, I actually think it was. I actually think this was a Jurgen Klopp signing. Like, he wanted Kylian Mbappe, and he just didn't get him because the whole outlay was just outrageous. And to give the player 85 million quid to sign on is just insane. Like, it really is. Like,
yeah,
his demands were just outrageous. But the money for PSG, I think that was possible. I think that was definitely possible. 168 million isn't that much. We spent 200 million last year.
It is. So in 2022, the summer of 2022, it is the same year we bought Darwin Núñez.
Yeah,
and
we bought Núñez.
We bought Núñez for, 65 million, but his actual, if Liverpool are successful, Darwin Núñez's full transfer fee goes to 85 million pounds, which is 100 million is 100 million euros. So
if we win the Champions League, by the way, and this probably isn't in the contract, this probably isn't common knowledge. If we win the Champions League, his Benfica get, I think it's 10 million.
Yeah, that's part of the add-ons. The Champions League and Premier League wins were part of the add-on.
That's the one.
That's why it goes. That's why it goes to 85 million quid, which 100 million euros almost. So it's, and we got Gakpo in the January. So and that was a 40 million pound bid. So you could look at that and think, well, that's the money that they offered. I don't know. Like, I've got Anfield Talk here as well on Twitter. It says Kylian Mbappe asked to leave PSG in 2022 and had agreed to join Liverpool. Mbappe would sign for Liverpool in a deal that would allow him to leave Real Madrid at some point. Some sources say Liverpool even made a verbal offer. Now, this is all coming from, I don't know how you pronounce it, 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗗𝗏 in France, the main media outlet in France.
It's a top tier. It is a tier one. Tier one.
It's their main media outlet there. So we're going by that. It was all the rumours last time. No one making shit up for any, like, this is all the news last night. I thought we'd just bring it to you. It just seems a bit, I'd love to know what his fucking contract was going to be. Again, a lot of people saying, some sources say that Liverpool actually made a verbal offer, but some deny they made an offer at all. So I don't know. I had no idea.
Okay, so
it literally just dropped last night. It's 2 years old, but it dropped last night.
Okay, what I've got is I'm going to read the one from the Anfield Index, who I kind of trust quite a lot. Okay, so while the deal of Mbappe joining Liverpool was exciting, the financial aspects of the deal were always going to be challenging. As reported by ESPN, Mbappe eventually signed a 5-year deal with Real Madrid worth a staggering 15 million per year, alongside a signing on fee of 150 million euros.
Yeah.
Like, that was probably the deal breaker, is probably his wage demands. We would have had to smash our way. Actually, when did Salah get his contract?
3 years ago, is it now? Hang on.
So did Salah get his contract after 2022 or before?
Can't remember now. Seems so long ago now.
Because if he got his contract in 2022, then we'd have had to smash that. We'd have had to overspend the 350 to get Mbappe in.
Yeah.
And maybe we decided, well, okay, we can't afford to do that. Like, we don't want to ruin our our transfer, like not transfer, our wage structure. So what we'll do is we'll get Núñez in.
He actually signed a contract extension in July 2022.
There you go. Okay, so we made a compromise, mate. Mbappe could have been Salah's replacement. Mbappe could have been Salah's replacement.
That's what I bet they were looking at. So Salah signed his new deal in 2022. We also bought Darwin Núñez, and then in 23 in January we bought Cody Gakpo. 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗗𝗏, if I say you pronounce it, that French media.
You said it perfectly.
𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏, that's it. Yeah,
you're right, French.
So 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗏 put it out that they are saying in 2022 Liverpool were offered a bid of 168 million pounds for Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe agreed to join Liverpool as long as he could go to Real Madrid at some point in the future. And apparently Liverpool agreed on all this, but the sporting director came out and said they wanted double that. So PSG sporting director at the time replied to Liverpool offer by saying that we need double that in an effort to cut any title negotiations down. And that obviously eventually Liverpool said we can't afford to do that, and everything went away. Mo Salah signed his new deal. We went and bought Darwin Núñez in the summer and Cody Gakpo in the January. So there could be something in it. It could be something in it. I'm not sure, but it's an interesting discussion to have around the water cooler, as they say.
It's an interesting discussion because of everyone saying that Jurgen Klopp never ever got backed, and he got backed to the Kylian Mbappe deal. He's the most expensive player in the world at the time.
It's a mad one, ain't it? Do
you want to know why he wanted to leave?
He wanted to remember in that year of 2022, Mbappe was just talking about wanting to go, weren't he? He did want to go.
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why he wanted to leave? Because he asked the club to sign Lewandowski and Bernardo Silva, and they didn't. So he threw his toys out the pram and said, "Okay, I want to go."
Yeah. It's a great.
And then they made him sporting director.
Yeah, pretty much. This is a great. It's a great conspiracy chat to have. There's no doubt about it, because none of us are going to know if this is true or not, because it's never going to be spoke about. But it's Lukaku's put it out there. It ain't me. I just thought it'd be a fun topic for us to chat about.
I think it's interesting that it's from France, by the way.
Yeah, Lukaku are the ones that brought this out. And like, you know, I don't know if Lukaku just doing this now because Mbappe's left and he's gone to Madrid and they're pissed off. So they're just telling everyone what actually happened. So it's one of the journalists who works for Lukaku's put this out, and he's basically said, yeah, Liverpool tried to buy him. There was a deal. It never happened. The sporting director wanted double what Liverpool offered, which is like close to 300 million quid. No one's ever going to pay that. They pulled out the deal, signed Salah up to a brand new contract, got Darwin Núñez and Gakpo in January. I mean, it's a great conspiracy chat to have. You know what I'm saying? I know.
But I think what's interesting is to say that, like, everyone's like, oh, Klopp was never backed. Well, they spent nearly 130 million on the players that they got that season. So really, I think he was back there.
Yeah, the tantrum channels.
They won't like this at all. They won't like it.
I'm not going to make anything of this story. I literally just thought
the lights on, mate. 2 secs.
Yeah, no worries. I just thought it was a great conversation piece just to bring to you guys on the channel. I'm not going to sit here and go and bang the drum. Go, oh, this was true. I can't believe we failed. And this is what I'm just bringing it up as a great conversation piece to bring up to you guys in the channel. It's a bit of, look, we can have a bit of conspiracy talk with it. We already have done, you know. Salah's contract got signed that summer as well, but we didn't buy Mbappe. They used the money to keep Salah. They went and got Darwin Núñez, who, by the way, was a big transfer price. We forget how big that transfer price actually is. With the add-ons, it goes to 85 million quid. And then we bought Cody Gakpo in January. So
we broke our record that year.
Yeah, we can have these conspiracy why not? We can have these conspiracy talks. I don't know if his bollocks are true. I don't care either
I don't
way.
know, but it's from a tier 1. If it wasn't from a tier 1, I'd probably just poo-poo it. But it is a tier 1 in France. I don't know.
It's just, I thought it's a fun conversation to have with you guys and just have a look. What the hell, Mbappe? 168 million. Do I believe Liverpool bid 168 million? I can see it happening because I do, but I know people think it's PR, but I do believe Liverpool bid for Caicedo, because if it was PR, it's the worst PR of all time at the end of the day. And if we know anything about FSG, they are very good with their PR. So I believe they did bid for Caicedo. I think Caicedo even said it himself. I went to speak to Liverpool, but I already gave my word to Chelsea.
It was also the owner of Brighton. Came out and said it.
Yeah. So the money was there. So maybe we did. But as soon as the sporting director went, it's going to be closer to 300 million. That's when we walked away. I just want to know, because Lukaku don't say this. I want to know what the contract is we offered to Kylian Mbappe. I want to know what he was accepting, because we had to go to we had to go to 350 grand to break our transfer record to keep 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏. So we're offering Mbappe 350 grand, he was accepting that. I don't know. I mean, what's he on at Madrid? 500 odd grand?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
400
Probably, yeah. We're offering him 400k. So only 50 less with Mo, and he was like, "Yeah, cool, I'll come."
I'll tell you what, they don't want that to come out. If we were offering them like 600 and that comes out now, they'll all be knocking on the door now, going, "New contracts."
Yeah, it's a mad one. And going, guys, I'm not taking this seriously, please.
No,
I don't want to comment after. Oh, Jamie, we've never have done that deal. Like, cool. It's just a bit of a good conversation thing. I thought I'd bring it to you because it was news that broke last night from a well-known source in France that broke it, who basically works for PSG as their media outlet. So I thought it's just a good good little story to bring up to you guys. Right, what isn't a good story, what we'll bring up now, is unfortunately what's happened to Harvey Elliott. So I believe the rumor is, by the way, we've got to big up one person about this news, yeah? You know everyone dismisses Indy on Twitter.
Crazy.
Everyone completely dismisses Indy on Twitter. He broke this before Paul Joyce. Paul Joyce should have seen him. Yeah.
He broke his foot.
Indy literally put in his tweet, "I'm hearing bad news about Harvey Elliott that he's broke his foot." Right? That was last night. Indy put that. Yeah. Indy put that last night, and then Paul Joyce mentions it today. Paul Joyce should have CC'd him in his tweet. He should have seen. But yeah, maybe we got maybe the chicken boy, maybe the KFC man himself is maybe we got to give him a bit of maybe listen to him a bit in the future. He broke it first, man. He broke it first. Big up to him. But unfortunately, he is out for 6 to 7 weeks by the look of it. I believe the news is he thinks he could be back on the other international break in October after that. Did he injure it in the under-21 game?
Yeah, I think it was the training. I think
it's in training. So he broke his foot in training. I don't know what part of his foot he's broke. He might have just broke his metatarsal. We don't know much news on it at the moment. Wait for Arne Slott's press conference on Friday. Probably find out a little bit more information on it. But it's a shame Harvey Elliott's gone. And I know what people are going to say. The injury's already happening. I get it. I mean, Curtis Jones is back now. He's fully fit. But Harvey Elliott is our only injury right now. I'll get to the McAllister stuff in a minute because there's a lot of
And it had nothing to do with Liverpool.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with it. It's his international breaks, man.
International.
Look how many players are getting injured on international duty this week alone. It's crazy.
Ask Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal lose. Odegaard could miss, I believe, 6 games, which is crazy. Yeah. But Harvey Elliott missing is it too much of a worry right now, K-Mac? Because I look at our fixtures up to October, and they are pretty decent fixtures. The pile up is different because we're playing basically twice a week, 3 times a week. I think there's too many games personally, but it's the way it is. But he's not really played him yet this season, has he, Harvey Elliott? He's not really got into the team. So how do you feel about this? Because again, it is a player we're losing in our midfield, but is it that big of a worry right now? Because things are going well. We've got decent fixtures. He's back after the October internationals. What do you reckon, man?
I think the biggest worry is for Harvey, because Harvey's only played like 13 minutes this season, and he had a really good pre-season. Unfortunately, this season, Harvey started with a blank slate. Like, if this was the previous manager, he'd be starting. Like, he'd be playing. Like, he'd just carry on normal jogging. But because we've got a new manager, it's like, well, you haven't proven it to me. Like, you're not one of the guys that have done it, like, competitively. Like, we've got others that have been there and done it and won trophies and performed really well for their clubs, and that's what he's using. For me, I really worry for Harvey because I don't think he's going to play till November, mate. I really don't. Because
Mm.
if you think about it like this, how many games was he going to get when he comes in? Like, if he was fit now, how many games would he get? So he might get to play against like West Ham. He might get to play against, you know, a Nottingham Forest at home, and then he might get a few sub appearances. He might have even played against Bologna. Like, he might have played that game, but he ain't going to play against. He ain't going to play against your Cities, your Arsenals, your Chelseas, your AC Milans, your Real Madrids. Like, he ain't going to play any of those games
No.
because you've already seen the games that he wants his big guns in. So he's going to play his big guns for the big games, and he's going to play the reserves for the reserves. And that's the problem with reserves getting injured for Liverpool. Like, when are they going to get another chance? Because Harvey now drops out of the team, and now we bring Tyler Morton in, and Curtis Jones hasn't played yet either, by the way. So you've now got Curtis Jones and Tyler Morton and Trey Naoni, by the way, who scored 2 goals on his international, like, just gone. So you've now got 3 players there who can all kind of play in midfield, not in the number 10, but in midfield, if you just want to class him as a midfielder. What if Curtis Jones goes on a run now, like, and plays really well? Or what if Morton comes in and just looks like a monster, like he did in the under 21s? Like, he's further down. Like, I really feel for him. I really do, because all he has to offer in this team, for me, is the number 10 position. Because he hasn't got the metal to be the midfielder. He hasn't got the defensive capabilities to be the midfielder. He's not fast enough on the ball to be the midfielder. So he plays as a 10. And that's the worry. Like, he's out now for 2 months. Is he going to be able to get back in? And will it be a case of he might end up going on loan in January? Like, if he doesn't play until the end of the year, Slot just might go, you know what? I can't get you in the team, mate. Like, if Zubimendi comes in, he's done.
Yeah, like
I
that's
love
the
Harvey
thing.
as well. I think he's great. Harvey. But it's a clean slate for everyone. It just is. Like,
We play different. There's no doubt about it under
yeah.
Slot. We're playing with 6 and 8 and a 10. So because we're playing with 6 and 8 and a 10, we've got more balance in our midfield right now. The balance in our midfield is really nice. You know, I don't think Slot sees Harvey as a winger like I think Jurgen might have before. I think he sees him more in that more advanced midfield role, because I don't think Elliot could play in that deeper role like a 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏 and McAllister or a Curtis Jones or a Tyler Morton. Let's just put them. I think they can all play in that double pivot deeper role. Yeah. So that means Harvey's got to play a bit more advanced from that. So, and he, Harvey likes to play higher up the pitch. So you're looking more of that number 10 position right now. But the way 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 is playing that number 10 position is completely and utterly different to the way 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗘 is playing that 10 position, because 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏's ability to play off the ball is completely different to Harvey's. He's not tracking back like Darwin can, because he's not the athlete. That 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 can, because 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏's an athlete. He's probably our second quickest player in the team. He's a complete athlete and get up and down, box to box for 90 minutes. He's aggressive. He wins balls back. He's good in the grand duels. You look at what 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 does off the ball. He's integral to the midfield working at the moment, and he plays that advanced 10 role. If Harvey's to play that advanced 10 role, it changes a little bit, because he ain't going to do the off the ball stuff that 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 does. But you could argue that Harvey might be better on the ball than 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 is right now. So it changes your way you play a little bit. So I don't, as you say that, I don't see Harvey getting that many minutes anyway right now. I literally feel like Curtis Jones, if fit and available, will probably play a little bit more minutes than Harvey right now, because he can do that deep line playmaker stuff more than Harvey can right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he can play the left side of midfield and the right side of midfield. Look, I know people are thinking I'm kind of overreacting on Harvey because you've seen him do well in pre-season. but it's just pre-season. Like it really is. I'm sorry. Like pre-season's just a lot different. Like we had a completely makeshift team, and we steamrolled Arsenal and Manchester United, like and Seville. We just did. Like it's a completely different kettle of fish, and I don't think Harvey offers the same things that 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏 does. Harvey also doesn't make runs into the box. Like he just doesn't. He doesn't go beyond their defence. He stays in that area where it's in between the midfield and in between the defence. Like he doesn't make those runs beyond. 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏 does that. Like because he's got the athleticism. Like I think Slot would want to tend to do that, and he may well have got, 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏 to do that as well. He may well play 𝗦𝗏𝗘𝗏 in there to do that as well. Like I just see our team being a bit different than it was under the previous. And my issue is as well is if we do sign a midfielder like a 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏, like where does McAllister go? Where does 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 go? Like they don't drop out the team. I think they just get moved maybe into a further advanced position.
The thing with 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, I think before the season started.
Is it here? Okay.
Before the season
I've got to
started.
jump off in a second because I've got to move some furniture.
That's all right. That's all right. I think with 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the difference is that he would have played. There's no doubt about it. I think him and McAllister would have been the double pivot, and then you're either looking at 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, whoever. But because of 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏's form and what he does off the ball, he's almost undroppable now. So it's numbers. But with Harvey, like I think, honestly says here, we play 3 games per week. Of course, Harvey would get minutes. Come on, what we doing here? Can't run Dom into the ground. And that, we didn't disagree with that. We said he'd come in for Dom.
We said
though he'd play differently to Dom. We'd have to play a different. Like Elliot ain't going to do what 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 does off the ball, but as we said on the ball, he could just do as well as 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So he'd have to play it. Slanky. Why do I keep saying Slanky?
I was going to correct you, but I just left you.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying Slanky. Then 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 plays differently. Elliot wouldn't be able to do what 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 does off the ball because he hasn't got the physical attributes or the athleticism to do what he does. But on the ball, just as good, in my opinion. So yeah, definitely would have played games. No doubt about it, but it would have changed the makeup.
What I'm saying now, like what I was saying was, he wouldn't play the big games. Like he's not going to play.
I don't think he would right now. No, he wouldn't right now.
He'd come off the bench. Like he got 13 minutes against Brentford. Like he would come off the bench when the team's like 2-0 up. Like that is a fact. I'm not saying he wouldn't. Like don't spin my words. Like I'm not saying he wouldn't. And I really rate Harvey. But what I'm saying is Harvey would not become the main first team player at Liverpool. Like
not right now.
Not while 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is there. Not while McAllister's there. Like he would choose them over him. Like
I think,
and if 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 goes in, 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 goes into the midfield. Like
yeah, he does.
He goes into the midfield. So that's another player that's ahead of Harvey.
Yeah, because
that's all I'm saying.
I think we can all agree at this moment in time there does only seem one position Harvey can play.
Yeah.
And that's the 10. Because the way we're playing that double pivot, I don't think anyone here could expect Harvey to do that deeper role like McAllister and 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 can.
He's not quick enough.
So the 10 role was his only position right now. And the way 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 started the season, I don't think we expected, the ability of Darwin at what 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's doing off the ball. It's his off the ball work. We can talk about
he'd be as good. I didn't think he'd be as good as it was.
We can talk about his on the ball work.
His passing in the final third has been insane.
Yeah, he's got a lot better. But if I put Harvey in the 10 role, I'll be happy with Harvey in that position. No doubt about it.
There's a couple of people who've just said it, by the way. Like Federico Chiesa could play that role, by the way. Like
yeah,
he has played that role for Juventus.
Well, last 2 seasons. Last 2 seasons. That's where
I've got to go, mate. I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, no worry. All right, see you in a minute, man. That's where Harvey's pretty much. That's where what's his name? I keep forgetting everyone's name now. That's where he's pretty much played, don't it? In that 10 position, Chiesa. I think I said that on Copy Share on Monday. They wouldn't shock me if we see sometime this season Chiesa in the 10 and Darwin Núñez in the 9. I think that happens. So Chiesa can definitely play in that 10 role. Now with Elliott's injury, I wouldn't be shocked if that's where Slot goes. You know what? I've got Chiesa. I can play him in that 10 role. I'll play Chiesa in the 10 role and I'll play Darwin up top because I don't think it would work with Jota up top if you're playing Chiesa in the 10. I think you need I think Darwin would have to play in the 9. So you play Chiesa there, no doubt about it. It makes sense, guys. It makes sense. Big up everyone in the chat for saying about Chiesa because he's played, you know, he played there for 2 seasons pretty much in that 10 role. I wouldn't want him there for longevity. I'd rather Chiesa in the wide areas. I don't know about all you guys, but I'd rather Chiesa on the left wing or the right wing, longevity wise. But if needs must, I think you've got 2 players there at the moment in Cody Gakpo and Chiesa who could play that 10 role. Cody Gakpo would do a similar job to Dominic Szoboszlai in the fact that he'd run back into position, he'd run with midfielders. He would do that. He'd be aggressive. He'd do that similar sort of off the ball movement that, you know, off the ball play that Szoboszlai is doing for Liverpool right now. So Cody would be one. Chiesa would be another one where Chiesa would play in a different kind of way, more of an attacking threat. So I think we have options there for Harvey's injury in that 10 position. I think we're all in agreement. Let me know, everyone in the chat right now. Do we all agree at this moment in time that Harvey could probably only play in this 10 position that Arne Slot's playing right now? Let me know in the chat. Do we agree or disagree? Do you see Harvey being able to play in that deeper role where Gravenberch and McAllister play? You know, sometimes McAllister's the deepest midfielder, sometimes Gravenberch is. Do some people agree? Yeah. So Welsh Scouser, do you agree that he can play the deeper role or only playing the 10? Let me know. Yeah, there's an option for Mo the 10, Chiesa on the right. Exactly. This 10 position, we got 3 or 4 players. Only 10, mate. Big up. I agree. Yeah, it's just a 10 role at the moment for Harvey. So with Harvey's injury, I don't like any of our players being injured, by the way. I want our players fit all the time, guys. I want our players fit all the time. But if Harvey we're looking at can only really play that advanced 10 role at this moment in time, and that's his probably best position for him to play, I don't think the injury to Harvey is going to be too much of a miss when we got Mo Salah could play there, Chiesa can play there, and Cody Gakpo can play there. And if you look at Cody Gakpo at the moment, Cody Gakpo hasn't really got a position on the pitch because at left wing, Luis Diaz is there at the moment. He's doing his thing. Right wing, obviously, Salah's doing his thing. Jota's doing his thing. So Gakpo, maybe with Elliott away, Gakpo's got a chance to be that replacement for Szoboszlai right now with Harvey Elliott injured. So the injury to Harvey Elliott is a horrible one, and I don't like any of our players being injured. Then yeah, I don't like it, but I don't think it's too much of a worry because Harvey's positioning. I actually think it's more of a worry if Gravenberch got injured. I think it's more of a worry if Gravenberch is the one who got his foot broken and not Harvey Elliott, because what do you do with Gravenberch then? You know, he's in that DM's number 6 position, deep line playmaking position. Then I think you got more of a worry. But big up to everyone in chat. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share if you're new around here. I appreciate it. If you are new, let me know in the chat and I'll shout you out. What if Arne goes to 4? He sort of does do that 4-3-3 at times, don't he? Where I've seen with Arne, he's a bit more. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't stick to the formation. He transitions during the game, don't he? Oh, we've seen it ourselves. Sometimes he goes 3 at the back, double pivot, and then like the four up top. Sometimes he goes 4-2-4, and we sort of play that square box midfield formation where he has the four at the back, the two sitting in front, two in front of that, and then the two wide players. So he is quite fluid in the way he plays it in game. But he does look like he likes to start with that double pivot. Harvey. Yeah, I think Harvey would be good this season in that number 10 role as well. I'm with you, man. I think in that number 10 role, Harvey will be good. I think Harvey, as the season goes on, will get games and we'll play in that 10 role and we'll cook. There's no doubt about it. In my opinion, given only the minutes, Forest and Bournemouth. They're so must win though. The problem is, I know they're easy games on paper, but they're must win games because we got a very difficult October coming up. Liverpool on paper have got pretty easy September, where I think we need to pick up our points early, honestly. I really do. I think we just need to get our points in the bag. Obviously, Forest and Bournemouth, if every Liverpool fan got told our next two games are Forest and Bournemouth at home, I don't know. Every single Liverpool fan's going 6 points. Just get 6 points. Get the points done because they're winnable games. Because I just think I'd give Trey the game against I think Trey can get on the subs bench though and get minutes, but I wouldn't start him. I see Trey starting against West Ham in the League Cup, honestly. Yeah, get 15 minutes here and there. I'm with you. Yeah, starting the League Cup though. But yeah, you definitely get minutes. I think Trey's going to get minutes as the season goes on. I won't worry about Trey. I think he'll get seasons as he moves on. Chicken Tikka Mosala, which is a name I absolutely love. Jamie Tikka suggests going slightly fans via PR. Ever she don't give a F about the club. Oh man, I agree, man. I'm with you. I agree. If we're talking about the Mbappe thing earlier, that come from Lekik. It weren't anything about anyone else. They're the ones who brought it out. They literally just tweeted about it yesterday. So I thought it was a fun conversation piece. We weren't taking it seriously. But yeah, I do agree with you, man. I do agree with you. Spider, honestly, Trey can play in the 10. I prefer Trey a little bit deeper in the pivot, though, but he can play there. Yeah, Rio is in now. He's apparently going to play an under-18s game the weekend, and go and watch that and see how he does. But look, let's talk about a certain player. Everyone wants to talk about him. Let's talk about Gravenberg. Again, he started this season so well as Grav. He has started the season so well. I think he shocked many of us in how well he's played. I think we all believed in his ability. When we bought Gravenberg. We all thought, great player, got great ability. He was a massive prospect at Ajax. He's a superstar in the making. And last season, it just didn't work for him. You know, fitness, settling in, all that went against him a little bit last season. He had a pre-season this summer. The pre-season has helped him fully. And he started the season like a house on fire. He looks fantastic, man. He looks fantastic, and he's carried on that form. I know we're all talking about the Dutch game last night and that pass on the half volley. That's Gravenberg, man. He's got that in his locker. That half volley pass to Xavi Simons. Wow. What a pass that was. Great little player. I mean, he's got it in his locker, man. This is what Gravenberg's about. He's got all that in his locker. He's got them 50-yard half volley passes. He can run with the ball. He can move with the ball. He receives the ball really well in a deeper position. Yeah, he's a confidence player, I believe, Gravenberg. He's a massive confidence player. And when he's got that confidence and he's flying on the crest of the wave, I think he's probably an unstoppable player. And right now we've got that in our team. That's why I said, yes, the Harvey Elliott injury is sad because I don't like Harvey being injured. I don't like any of our players being injured. But where Harvey's going to play in his team, we have a few replacements that are very good replacements that can come in and cover 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗘 in that 10 role. With Gravenberg right now and the way he started this season, if we lost him for amount of time, you're looking at a Tyler Morton, you're looking at an Endo, and you're looking at a Curtis Jones. And for me, that's a little bit more worrying long-term wise than Elliott in the 10 position not being available for a few weeks because of the start he's made. I wouldn't have thought I would say this last season. But this season, Slot's just found something about him. Slot's found something about him, and I think he's like I think the Gravenberg, the Gravenberg and 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗘 and McAllister midfield trio at the moment has got a very nice balance to it. You know, they both play that double pivot. Gravenberg can play a little bit higher, you know, and McAllister will sit a little bit. Gravenberg plays a little bit higher, and then Dom is free to play that sort of 3-10 role, which we all wanted them to play last season. It's what every Liverpool fan wanted 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗘 to do last season and play that 3-10 role, where we said it already. Sometimes he's on the left, sometimes he's on the right, sometimes he's central, but he's got freedom in that 10 role to roam around, and off the ball he's superb. So, yeah, it's a lovely balance to the midfield three right now. It's a lovely balance to that midfield three right now. That midfield three plays. You know, it plays. It starts every game. For me, they start every game. And unless they're not available, then take them out. Rotate them during games. I don't mind if Gravenberg comes off at the 60th minute and someone comes and plays half hour. Perfect. But for me, they got to start games. They're integral to what we're doing. And they're integral to helping Trent, as by the way. I think Gravenberg and McAllister playing this double pivot has helped Trent at right back massively. Absolutely massively. And it's just a lovely blend we've got right now. Now, for the game coming up against Forest on Saturday, I think this might be the first. Let me know in the chat, guys. Do you feel like this is going to be the first game that we use rotation in? Let me know in the chat. Are we going to play the same 11 for the 4th game in a row? Or does everyone think this is the game where we're going to see rotation? Because obviously we've got the McAllister situation. Yeah, honestly. Says Jamie, you've seen Diaz versus Argentina. Diaz also looks like a man possessed. Yeah, Diaz is playing more central for Liverpool. That's what I've always said. He's not so far out in the wide areas. He picks the ball up in the wide areas, but he's going direct centrally. In them, he's picking up the areas of the pitch and in the inside left channel, and yeah, he's picking up them empty spaces, and I love it at the moment. McAllister is the one though. So Paul Joyce put out a tweet that he got a bit wrong because McAllister played 20 minutes, I believe, last night. I believe everyone thinks he's got an abductor muscle problem. I think he plays if he's fit. I think McAllister is the only one that might drop out. And if McAllister drops out, I think he puts Curtis Jones in. Curtis Jones is back training now. And he puts Curtis Jones in with Gravenberg and 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗏, and that'd be the midfield three. I just don't see. But if McAllister's fit and ready to go, McAllister plays. Big up chicken ticket masala. How you doing? He says, bro, when City got blocked with Levy and Harry Kane, they went and got Plan B in Haaland. Yeah, it's mad that Haaland was Plan B, ain't it? So why was there no Plan B for 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗏? Because I think, if we remember rightly, there was no Plan B for Virgil van Dijk either, and we waited for Virgil van Dijk to. Do you remember when we were trying to buy Virgil van Dijk? We badly needed a defender. And we know what happened with Virgil. And we didn't go and buy a defender. So we was a defender short. We left ourselves purposely short at the back. And then we went and got Virgil in January. I'm just wondering if it's similar, my friend. I wonder if there's something a little bit similar there where they feel like they can get 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗏. They feel like they can get him. And they go back for him in January. You got to remember, 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗏 hasn't even been offered a new contract yet. Usually, when players reject transfers and stay at their club usually give them a new transfer. But apparently, that hasn't happened. So maybe Zubimendi didn't reject Liverpool at first. He accepted the Liverpool deal. Even Zubimendi has come out and said he changed his mind. He actually accepted Liverpool the first time round. It's that Liverpool took too long with the transfer. And then he had too much time to think about it and then rejected us. But, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Look, he got promised things that haven't happened. He got promised things that didn't happen to him. He hasn't been offered a new contract at Sociedad. And Real Sociedad also said they couldn't offer him the same contract that Liverpool were offering him. Because Real Sociedad ain't about giving players 150 and 200 grand a week. Real Sociedad can't do that. So it will be interesting. Let's just say that. It'll be interesting. Do I still want Zubimendi? Yeah. I do, yeah. I know he said no. I know he did say yes and then changed his mind. But he's a quality footballer, and I want quality footballers. Call me mad, but I don't give Ibu the give us. I play Quantum VVD. There's got to be rotation because we play Champions League games as well. We got to rotate because we're playing 3 games in a week. So rotations definitely go to happen. I just don't. If McAllister's fit and ready to go, I think he plays the same 11 that played the first 3 games, and then he rotates against AC Milan, and then he plays the same 11 against Bournemouth the following week. That wouldn't shock me. Yeah, that's why I changed his mind, because we gave him too much. We gave him too long because we tried to structure the deal. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Mac is fine, man. I think Mac will play. Yeah, I think you got Endo and Jones there. Yeah, I agree. I literally think if McAllister's fit to play, guys, he plays, and we rotate against AC Milan. I think Chiesa will start against AC Milan. That is I think Chiesa will start against AC Milan. You know, I think we see a little bit of Chiesa against Bournemouth. I think he starts against AC Milan. Don't forget the West Ham game, guys. Got the West Ham game in the League Cup where I expect full rotation as well. I think you'll see the likes of Curtis Jones, Trainioni. I think Chiesa will play that game. I think Gakpo will play that game. Darwin will play that game. Jayden Dance is fit. I'm not sure about his fitness right now. He might play. I think 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏 and Gomez will play. I think Conor Bradley will play. I think Tsimikas will play. I think Jaros will play. Quiven Kelleher, sorry, will play in goal. So you got to get a lot of rotation in that game. I said FSG out already this summer, my friend. I don't know if you missed it. I always said I already said it this summer, my friend. I said it on my show. Said it on a Sam show. Yeah. Oh, I did say it this summer already. The thing is, though, I don't like talking about it every single show I do, because I do a lot of shows, and I don't need to. I think it's very obvious we all feel that way right now. So, yeah, I think Chiesa get some minutes on Saturday. I think you do. FSG really good owners. I mean, people love FSG. I'm not going to go against people who want FSG to stay. It's not my. I just think the transfer window wasn't great, and that's on that. I'm not happy with them right now. I'm going to tell everyone right the truth. I don't lie to people. I'm not happy with them right now. But if people like FSG, I'm not going to criticise them either. Do you know what I mean? Why would I? Not my place to criticise someone and tell someone how they should feel. Big up Fozzie in the chat, doing well. There's another story coming out. Let me give you this other story before we leave here today. Jonathan Tah. So a move for Bayern Munich is no longer in the plans for Leverkusen's Jonathan Tah. He's 28, by the way, and is now likely to become a free agent at the end of the season. Liverpool are in the mix for a signature alongside Tottenham, Chelsea, and Man United. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because apparently Liverpool have been looking at Jonathan Tah for a while. There was reports that if Liverpool needed a defender this summer, if Joe Gomez left, he would have been the guy that Liverpool would have gone and got. Because he's got a year left in his contract, Liverpool could have got him reasonably cheap. Because of his age as well, Liverpool could have got him for a very good price. So Liverpool were looking at Jonathan Tah this summer if Gomez left. Now, he's going to be a free transfer in the summer. He's a decent international footballer, German international. It wouldn't shock me if Liverpool look at him in next summer as a free transfer. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised someone like Jonathan Tah is someone they look into. Tah can't run in the back three. It makes him look can't. Tah can't run in a back three. It makes him look better. Fair enough. Yeah, can you imagine we're going to get Matip back? Isn't Tah being looked at by Bayern? Apparently, he's not going to Bayern no more. That's what I've just read today. So, Sports Blind have said a move to Bayern is no longer in the plans, apparently. So, I'm not sure. I've not watched a lot of him. His mobility is a bit slow. For me, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it. It's one Liverpool I've looked at before. It's just interesting news. I just wanted to bring you some interesting news today, guys. So he spoke about, unfortunately, Harvey Elliott breaking his foot, going to be out for about 6 to 7 weeks. But we also spoke about, the position that Harvey Elliott's going to play in the 10 position. We have probably got cover there with Gakpo, Salah, and Chiesa, who can all play there as well. And Szoboszlai is probably going to be the first choice anyway. We've also spoke about 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏, the Mexican left winger that Liverpool apparently went in for £5 million in the summer. He tried to loan him to Sunderland, and I'm reading now that Sunderland did come out and say they didn't want him, so that's why the deal broke through. Yeah, and we also spoke about obviously the Kylian Mbappe thing, which just a nice conspiracy story to talk about. Nothing interesting in that. But yeah, look, Liverpool started the season really well. 3 wins out of 3. International break is over at last. Football's back on Saturday. Liverpool got Nottingham Forest. I'll be back again, tomorrow, Friday, with a match preview for the Forest game. We're going to break down the Forest game a little bit. We're going to talk about all the players coming back from international duty. Will we rotate? Will we keep it the same? Is McAllister good? We're going to be chatting about all that and quickly get K-Mac back in as well. Hang on, K-Mac, where are you, man? Hang on 1 second, K-Mac. Let's get K-Mac back in. I think you might want something to say. Where is he? Where is K-Mac? Hang on. Did I put him in? Oh, no. There you go. Didn't even put him in yet. I left you out there. There you go. There we go. So, yeah, just talking about Jonathan Tah before we finished up. So, could be a free transfer in the summer. Liverpool look at him, Man United look at him. He's apparently not going to Bayern Munich now. 28 years of age. I believe it's someone Liverpool looking at in the summer if Gomez left, but never happened, obviously. What's your feelings on Jonathan Tah?
He's got 355 games for Bayer Leverkusen, 35 caps for Germany. I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? He's the type of player that we should be looking at, as a squad player. He's 29, I think, soon, because I think he's nearly 29. He's a solid player. He reminds me a bit of Rudiger, good on the ball, strong, you know, these are the type of guys that we should be looking at, like as players that just come in and do a job. Look, we don't know what Slot thinks of 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏. Like we all rate 𝗦𝗧𝗏 and we all think he's great, but we don't know what Slot thinks of 𝗦𝗧𝗏. Like we just don't. Like all we've seen so far is he started him and then he dragged him off at half time, and he might not think he's ready, like because he's a 21-year-old centre back. And obviously, 𝗦𝗏𝗏's come in and done a great job, and 𝗦𝗏𝗏's been imperious. Like even in the French game, Saliba was shit. 𝗦𝗏𝗏 wasn't that great either, but 𝗦𝗏𝗏 got hooked for the next French game because the French manager doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
However, if you can get a centre back that's a really strong centre back who can come in and do a great job, just like 𝗦𝗏𝗏 did for a number of years on a free transfer, like it's a no-brainer. It really is.
Yeah, it is at the end. Like German international, yeah, there's parts of his game I'm not particularly like, but I don't think he'd come in and be first choice. He's good cover. Come in as good cover. Especially if Virgil signs his new deal. Virgil and 𝗦𝗏𝗏, probably be still your number one centre-back partnership. Gomez will probably leave next. I think Gomez leaves next summer. He's probably not going to get the minutes he wants this year. Got 𝗦𝗧𝗏 will probably stay. So then, if you get a 𝗏 as well, 𝗏, 𝗦𝗧𝗏, 𝗦𝗏𝗏, Virgil, it probably boasts that centre-back options a little bit more. But yeah, guys, it's been nice in the chat. I don't want no one being horrible in the chat. Come on, everyone's allowed their opinions, guys, and about everything.
What's been said?
It's just
I haven't said nothing about 𝗦𝗧𝗏.
No, not you. Nothing about you.
Oh,
guy, yeah, just be nice and friendly in the chat, guys. We're all allowed their opinions. But yeah, that's pretty much it on Jonathan Tah. We've got the match preview coming up this weekend as well.
Did you speak about Rodrigo and 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗏?
I didn't bring it up. So where is it? I've got to bring that up. So
I think the interesting quote was from Rodrigo was he was asked to pledge his future to Real Madrid, like at the start of the season. So he was asked, like, are you gonna fight it out with Mbappe and all the others for your place at Real Madrid? And he said, yeah. But then, how has Rodrigo not been put in the Ballon d'Or running? Like, how is he not in the running for the Ballon d'Or? Like, he's not even in the top 30. Is it 20 or 30? I think it's 30. Is it 30?
Yeah.
How is he not in the top 30? Like, he's just won everything again. Like, and he scored more goals than Vinny Jr. I find that one. I do find that one baffling. Like, and he's really upset about that.
Yeah.
And apparently we offered 103 million for him a couple of months ago, start of the window. And we were told they wanted like 128 million or something. And we also asked about 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏. I wouldn't be surprised if we asked about those two. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Graham Bailey says here, TBR Football understands that Liverpool asked Real Madrid about 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 and Rodrigo early in the summer. Liverpool are long-term admirers of the pair. I think, look, Rodrigo would cost you a lot of money. They're both going to cost you a lot of money. I think Rodrigo is gettable. I really do. I do think Rodrigo is gettable for a lot of clubs. You just got to pay what Real Madrid are asking. If Real Madrid are asking for 130 million for Rodrigo, if you pay 130 million, I think you get Rodrigo. Yeah, I think Vinny Jr. is probably priceless. Mbappe is probably priceless. You got 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 there, the Turkish international. I think they got a lot of faith in. It's an 18-year-old. I think they believe he's going to be good. They got also what's the Brazilian striker they got in as well?
Endrick
as well. They believe a lot in.
He's getting played as well.
Yeah, so I think if you came with for money, Rodrigo, you might get him. It's just up to Rodrigo if he'd want to leave Real Madrid. That's the thing. The 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗔𝗚 stuff. I'm hearing a lot of stuff in 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔 that with 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔, I think again. I don't think he's lit it up at Real Madrid. I really don't. I don't think he's lit up at Real Madrid. And Camavinga's the better player, isn't he?
Yeah. I see Ancelotti looking at 𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔 as a centre back in the future. I see him being tried as a centre back.
Yeah, next. I think Madrid feel that as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think he's dropping further back. I think he'll end up being a centre back. And he's got injury problems. Like, he picks up injuries. Like, he really does. I feel like he's quite an injury prone player, if I'm honest. He's out a lot, but he's never getting in ahead of Camavinga and Valverde.
No.
He isn't getting in ahead of them, so he's going to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
But I mean, Modric doesn't look like he's going to stop playing anytime soon either.
Well, he's got a year left. I think he's got a year left, and he's still only. So
I don't know.
He'll probably be off soon.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we asked about those two. I wouldn't have been surprised.
But yeah, so apparently, just news and rumours today, guys. Like, whatever's there, and we know we talk about it. So that's us talking about it today, guys. As we said, we've got the Premier League football's back this weekend, so we've got a lot to talk about. We've also got Champions League next midweek as well. Tuesday and Wednesday's Champions League week is back. So a lot to come up on my channel, a lot to come up on 𝗦𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗔𝗚𝗔 channel as well. Match previews of the Premier League, match previews of Champions League games, watch-alongs. So much more coming out in the next week or so. So make sure you're subscribing to both channels, 𝗦𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔 and myself, liking and sharing videos as well. So, guys, I'll be back.
I'm doing a match preview on Friday with 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗔.
There you go. So 𝗦𝗏𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 and 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 Friday. Join me as well sometime tomorrow Friday as well for my match preview as well. And then the watch along on I won't be doing a watch along Saturday because it's a 3 p.m. kickoff. So I actually got at this moment in time the ability to watch a 3 p.m. kickoff. Hopefully that will change quite soon. But I'll be back for match review straight after the game, guys. So make sure you enjoy it and subscribing to everyone. And we'll be back tomorrow or Friday. Big up everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye-bye.